Coming up, the village of Ruidoso is once again experiencing flash flooding. We have new videos showing the dangerous conditions out there, what village officials are recommending residents do. Then, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, there is new data that might impact your decision. We're going to tell you how much you can expect to spend if you're looking to buy and how hard it could be if you're looking to sell. And it looks like we do have all that moisture up in the mountains, but what does it look like here in El Paso, Robert?
Monica, we're going the opposite direction. Very dry, very stable, and about to get very hot into the triple digits, but the storm chances remain in the Sacramento Mountains. I'm going to have your detailed forecast. We're live on KTSM Plus. Your news starts right now.
You're watching KTSM 9 News First at 4. Starts right now.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to KTSM Plus. I'm Monica Cortez. We're going to start off with the village of Ruidoso being under another flash flood warning, and this afternoon as it was issued by the U.S. National Weather Service. Now, according to the village, the flash flood warning was in effect until 30 minutes ago. And as you can see from this video, the situation has already turned dangerous once again. Ruidoso officials are reminding people that excessive rainfall over the burn scar area will impact the Upper Canyon, Brady Canyon, and Perk Canyon, as well as Cedar Creek, Eagle Creek, and Rio Ruidoso drainages. People can also take shelter at the NMSU or Ruidoso Community, or ENMU, or the Ruidoso Community Center, and the village has also closed down several roadways to keep everyone safe. Of course, we've got the list of closed roadways and the addresses to both shelters up on our website, ktsm.com. And it looks like some relief may come soon. The village of Ruidoso's public information officer tells NBC that the flash flooding that came down earlier today is slowly starting to recede. But there is still a lot of debris to clean up, and they go on to say that they've had 5 rescues, but so far, thankfully, everyone is okay. One mobile home, however, was sadly washed away, and the Rio Ruidoso River crested at about 12.5 feet. For some comparison, think about it, during last year's worst flooding, it crested at 15 feet. So New Mexicans can now apply for possible FEMA assistance, this following the flooding and landslides that have hit Lincoln County. And as we reported, the state of New Mexico issued a major disaster declaration for communities damaged by flooding, bringing federal funds to the state to support response and recovery efforts. Financial assistance is now available to eligible homeowners and renters across the county. And for a link to apply for that and to read more on today's top stories, just head on over to our website, ktsm.com. All right, let's take a live look right now. This is what we are seeing. You can actually see Ruidoso. So right now the rain has stopped. It doesn't look like we're seeing any kind of rain. The skies are slowly clearing, but the biggest question is there another wave coming soon? For that, let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Robert Bettis. Robert, can you tell us what's going on?
That fire just absolutely wrecked the Sacramento Mountains up there. And of course, once the rain hits, even for a while intensely, it's like concrete. It just rolls down into town, and it's really sad to watch repeating over and over again. Some good news. We're actually going to dry a bit tomorrow. Ruidoso's chances of storms downgrades to isolated. Today, it was very active out there. 96 is the temperature right now at the International Airport. On the radar composite, we've got a few scattered thunder showers still active well to the east of El Paso. El Paso will be quiet tonight. Doña Ana County, quiet tonight, excluding the northern tip up there. There's that flood warning. That expired at 3:30. Now there's a round of thunder showers right out over the Tularosa Basin at this time. But it's probably done for the night with any kind of threat of heavy rain this evening. But the damage is already done. They get one of these thunderstorms right up here in the burn area, and then that river just goes crazy. Now, here is a look at El Paso tomorrow for your dog walking forecast. It's going to be really nice. The only thing is at 5 o'clock, it's still going to be 100 degrees, so might be a little hot for Fifi. I'm going to have your detailed forecast. We'll talk about how many triple-digit days we get in a row, all coming up in just a bit. Monica.
Well, the Fort Bliss soldier who is accused of killing his estranged wife in 2020 is now having a sentencing hearing at the county courthouse in downtown El Paso. As we've told you, Linwood James Smith is charged with the homicide of 21-year-old Kerrika Robinson. Nearly 5 years later, his defense team is now arguing that his actions were in self-defense and as a result of an argument. Last week, a number of witnesses were called to the stand to testify, and according to an arrest affidavit, Smith was interrogated by officials before his arrest, where he was told by detectives about search terms they found on his phone, which included words like, "What happens if police can't find a missing person?" "Shovel," "trash bags," and "Can police trace a bullet to a gun?" This led to Smith admitting to the shooting and telling officers where Robinson's body could be found. We're also following today's sentencing, so of course we'll bring you updates as soon as we learn more. All right, I do want to take you outside right now using our TechDoc cameras. We are looking at I-10 Viscount, so it is 4 o'clock, so things are moving quite nicely in both directions. We really don't have a lot slowing us down, so this is what it looks like. If this is your commute, a big 2 thumbs up. Sticking to the roads, there are some road closures across town that may affect your commute this week. According to TxDOT, this week from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. North and South Desert between Anthony and Red Road, they will have daily alternating lane closures. The Red Underpass will also have alternating lane closures. TxDOT says crews will be working on electrical and other construction work. And over on the east side this week from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. there will be a right lane closure at the Edgemere and John Hayes intersection, west and eastbound. The right lane on Lee Trevino at the Lee Trevino and Ivanhoe intersection, north and southbound, will also be closed. The Lee Trevino shoulder and median in that area will also be closed. TxDOT says crews will be striping. Remember that you can always view the full list of road closures by downloading, of course, our KTSM app right to your phone. Well, syphilis rates in New Mexico have dropped 31% for the first time since 2018. That's according to the New Mexico Department of Health. Now, the department says primary and secondary syphilis rates, when the disease is most infectious, dropped from 36.5 per 100,000 in 2023 to 25.3 per 100,000 in 2024. Congenital syphilis cases when pregnant women pass the disease on to their children also decreased by 19.6% over the same period of time. The department says that this is a step towards reversing the alarming trend. Well, in national news, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, there's new data that might impact that decision. In today's Political Minute, News Nation's Mike Vaquera breaks down the data.
The latest on the housing market in America. I'm Mike Vaquera, News Nation Washington Bureau Chief. New data shows a mixed picture if you're looking to buy or sell a home. According to the National Association of Realtors, home sales dropped by 2.7% in June from the month before. Sales were flat compared to the same time last year. But prices rose for the 24th consecutive month. The national median sales price rose by 2%, hitting a record high. Mortgage rates also play a big role in the housing market. Currently, the 30-year fixed rate mortgage is just below 7%. Fannie Mae estimates they'll drop to around 6.4% by the end of this year. Mortgage rates are closely tied to the interest rates set by the Federal Reserve, and the Fed meets next week to discuss its policy, including interest rates. I'm Mike Vaquera, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
Thanks for that, Mike. And the Federal Department of Education, they issued new guidance on the use of artificial intelligence in the classroom. The department's top official is encouraging its use, saying AI has the potential to revolutionize education. And it all comes as an AI-powered school, first founded in Austin, Texas, is set to open a new location in Plano. Co-founder Mackenzie Price told prospective parents that students instead focus the majority of their time learning life and tech skills, all thanks to the power of AI.
Well, what's really incredible about artificial intelligence coming into the educational system is that it finally enables us to provide one-to-one personalized learning for each and every student that meets them exactly where they need to be met.
Now, it is a growing trend in the classroom, and a recent Gallup poll found that 6 in 10 teachers use AI tools, saving themselves an average of 6 hours of work each week. And according to a 2023 Forbes survey, about half found it improved learning outcomes. Now, the Department of Education's guidance does make it clear AI should support and not replace teachers. Well, wrestling superstar Hulk Hogan has died at the age of 71. Coming up, what we know about his death so far. Plus, we read over your comments in today's In the Comments segment. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to KTSM Plus, always putting local first. Of course. I can hear you. You guys only have 2 what? Oh, no way. Okay. Okay. Hey, Paulina, did I mess it up for you? Did I mess up your 3rd comment? I don't know, because I was working with Elvia's comment, so I don't know if I did something wrong to you. I was just reading and I was like, that's not for Hulk Hogan, so I don't know if that was me. I'm so sorry. Hello? Okay, yay, perfect, thank you. Welcome back to In the Comments segment. And wrestling superstar Hulk Hogan has died. This at the age of 71. Now, Hogan's manager has confirmed his death. Hulk Hogan, whose real name is Terry Boyer, passed away surrounded by family at his home in Clearwater, Florida today. Hogan became a pro wrestler in the 1980s, becoming perhaps what could be called the biggest WWE star. He was known around the world, and Hogan won 6 WWE championships, and in 2005, he was inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame. Out of the ring, Hulk Hogan appeared in a number of movies and TV shows, including 1982's Rocky III, playing a character called Thunderlips, a wrestler who squared off against Rocky Balboa in the exhibition match. Of course, we shared this sad news over our social media pages, and a lot of you shared your condolences and thoughts with us. Starting off with Javier Marquez, he wrote, "Let me tell you something, brother. The legend has left. R.I.P." And Frank Gonzalez wrote, "Deaths happen in threes. Malcolm, Jamal Warner, Ozzy Osbourne, and Hulk Hogan." Of course, here at KTSM, we love hearing from you, and our deepest condolences to the family. We want to hear more of your thoughts, so make sure you're following us on our social media platforms to keep in touch with us through the comments. All right, well, up next, you can win a pair of boots signed by members of the band Coldplay. How you can enter the raffle that was created to help local charities. You're watching KTSM Plus.
Your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderland's only certified broadcast meteorologist.
Welcome back, everyone. I wish we had a live cam in your weather center because, guys, you would be seeing Robert just going at it, kind of really looking at all the storms that are popping up over the mountains because they're back.
I wish I could grow about 3 more arms, especially when we have weather in town where we have to pump out the warnings and watches. Another bad day for Ruidoso. It seems like, and now, you know, when you'd go to Ruidoso, which is a beautiful place, you know, it's a lovely place.
Yeah.
But now they live in fear of every single thunderstorm.
Gosh, isn't that terrible?
It is terrible. It truly is. That fire just did incredible damage. Down here, we're going to go the other way. We're going to heat up. Let's take a look at the high temperatures so far today. I predicted 98 for El Paso. We've been at 96. We'll see what we end up with, but definitely tomorrow I'm getting you ready with the misery meter. Of course, that's everybody's least favorite weather product. 99 Juarez so far today, 92 Las Cruces, 93 Alabagordo, 75 up in Ruidoso. Here's that misery meter, 24 days of triple-digit heat. I do expect we'll add one on Friday at 101, and we'll add another one on Saturday at 102, and we're going to be real close on Sunday. I'm going 99. If we touched 100 that day, it would not shock me. I'll look at the satellite radar composite right now. We knew that we would stabilize and we would dry out here in El Paso. That's exactly what has happened today. All of the moisture has shifted north and out to the east of us, so we have had quite a few thunder showers from Fort Hancock all the way over to Van Horn. But of course, the big weather news today is what's happened yet again up in Ruidoso. Right now, it's quiet. They're under a flash flood watch. They were under a flood warning earlier today with some thunder showers that cropped up right up here, right up in the burn scar area. And of course, once it hits that wiped out land, it just flows right into town and floods the river. This is not looking good either. Usually they wrap up their storm chances by the early afternoon, but now we've got these thunderstorms out over the Tularosa Basin, the northern part of the Tularosa Basin, and they appear to be taking on life toward moving up slope of the Sacramento Mountains. So we'll watch this closely. They still remain under a flash flood watch in Ruidoso. Down here, real quiet, couple of clouds. It was hotter today. I mowed my yard this morning and you could feel the difference. Winds at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here comes your exclusive 9-hour forecast for Friday. I'm popping that high temperature up to 101 degrees. Lots of sunshine tomorrow, maybe a couple of clouds. Activate the misery meter. Here's your allergy forecast. 4s across the board for the next 3 days, so that's good. 65 low temperature tonight for you, Las Cruces. Just a couple of clouds, and then we'll be clear overnight tonight. 98 your high temperature tomorrow. Hello, getting hotter there. 74 low temperature for us at the International Airport tonight, with a high tomorrow of 101 degrees. It would be our 25th triple-digit days. Now, only KTSM gives you 9 full days of weather. On Saturday, partly cloudy skies. It's becoming slightly unstable, so I'll put in a slight storm chance, especially east part of the county that day, 102. 99 with thunder showers on Sunday. Brief heavy rainfall on Monday with a high temperature of 92 degrees. 95 Tuesday, and then a couple more dry days Wednesday and Thursday. Don't go anywhere. More KTSM 9 News coming up in just a moment.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we've been telling you about the Culinary Arts Department at EPCC. They're presenting Dual Chefs, featuring campus deans, Chef Daniel Guerra and Chef Rick Webb. Now, it's all taking place tonight at 5:30 p.m. The event is in collaboration with the EPCC Foundation, and the money raised will benefit the foundation. Tickets are $125 and include a 3-course dinner at EPCC's 1309 restaurant. And all that money raised will benefit students' scholarships for the EPCC Culinary Arts Department. Of course, we're going to be out there tonight, KTSM will, and we will bring you all the sights and sounds in our later newscasts. Well, if you're a Coldplay fan, I think a lot of us have turned into a Coldplay fan recently. Listen up. You can enter a raffle to win a pair of boots signed by the band, and it's all for a good cause. The Paso del Norte Community Foundation teamed up with Tony Lama, Blackjack Boots, and the band Coldplay to raise money for local charities. The boots were donated by the boot companies, and they were signed by the band members while they were here in town for their 2 sold-out concerts last month. The tickets are $10 for 1 or $25 for 3, and you will have until August 7th to buy your raffle tickets, and you can purchase them at pdnfoundation.org. The winners will be announced via their Facebook page. Well, that does it up us for here at KTSM Plus. Don't go anywhere. We still have another half hour of news and weather coming up on KTSM 9 News First at 4. Welcome back to KTSM 9 News. First at 4, the village of Ruidoso, they're under another flash flood warning this afternoon issued by the National Weather Service. And according to the village, the flash flood warning was in effect up until 30 minutes ago. And as you can see right now from the video you're about to see on your screen, the situation definitely has become a bit dangerous. So officials are reminding people that excessive rainfall over the burn scar area will impact the Upper Canyon, the Brady Canyon, and Perk Canyon, as well as Cedar Creek, Eagle Creek, and Rio Ruidoso drainages. Do we have the video so we can see, so we can show people exactly what it looks like? There it is. Oh my gosh, look at that water just rushing in. This was from today's rainfall that just happened not too long ago. So everyone is just, officials are just telling residents, please be very safe. We do have a list of all the road closures that are happening and the addresses to both shelters that are open as of now up on our website. That's KTSM.com. And New Mexicans can now apply for possible FEMA assistance following the flooding and landslides that hit Lincoln County. As we've been telling you, the state of New Mexico issued a major disaster declaration for communities damaged by flooding, bringing federal funds to the state to support response and recovery efforts. Financial assistance is now available to eligible homeowners and renters across the county. For more on how to apply, just simply visit KTSM.com. All right, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about weather, because the biggest question is, will Ruidoso get another wave of rain headed their way? And is El Paso going to get hit by some rain anytime soon? Chief Meteorologist Robert Bettis is standing by. Robert, it doesn't look like we're getting rain here in El Paso, is it? Or am I wrong? I mean, what's going on? I have no idea. Nada
for El Paso or Las Cruces for a couple of days. Now, our storms are going to come back to us, especially by Sunday evening and Monday.
Okay.
But we get a little reprieve for some towns to dry out. Up here in Ruidoso, this is a live image. It's dry right now. It's quiet right now. They're still under a flash flood watch. They had a round of thunder showers earlier this afternoon. That flood warning expired for them at 3:30 this afternoon. It's 72 degrees right now with a dew point at 52. However, if we zoom in closely on the radar composite right now, there is a concerning development down over the Tularosa Basin and on the western slopes of the Sacramento Mountains. Ruidoso, of course, up here under that flash flood watch. And now we're watching this cluster of storms. This is the western slopes of the Sacramentos. This is the peak of the Sacramento Mountains right here, as it appears to be growing from the south. So they may not be done today up in Ruidoso with rain chances. Some of these thunder showers up there, of course, have plenty of moisture. And look at that, already a flood warning posted right there, well to the south of town, but the entire system seems to be growing toward them. For us, other direction. 101, our high temperature tomorrow. 102 on Saturday, slight chance, and then here come those thunder showers. Your detailed forecast. I'll have it for you coming up in just a little bit. Monica.
Robert, thank you so much. Well, in case you missed it, recovery efforts are underway following the flooding over in Vado, New Mexico. And as we've told you, the floods damaged more than 600 homes following Tuesday's heavy rain. Emergency Manager Amanda Bowen, she told us that the county is actively building a resource network for affected residents. Road crews have been clearing main routes while other teams go door to door to collect damage information. Now, the county is urging residents to call 211 for help or to use the online damage assessment tool to report any losses. Well, new at 4, El Paso police located the SUV that killed a 77-year-old woman earlier this week. The SUV was found on Alameda, and investigators have not found the suspect yet. As we previously reported, 77-year-old Maria Lopez was crossing the street Saturday morning near the intersection of Alameda Avenue and Gibraltar Drive. Now, just west of Ascarate Park, Maria was crossing the street when she was hit by what investigators described as a light-colored SUV. Maria died at the scene right after the driver left, and investigators are now continuing to investigate this case. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers of El Paso, the number you see right there on your screen. Well, the Fort Bliss soldier who is accused of killing his estranged wife in 2020 is having a sentencing hearing at the county courthouse in downtown El Paso. Now, as we've been telling you, Linwood James Smith is charged with the homicide of 21-year-old Kerika Robinson. Nearly 5 years later, his defense team is now arguing that his actions were in self-defense as a result of an argument. Last week, a number of witnesses were called to the stand to testify, and according to an arrest affidavit, Smith was interrogated by officials before his arrest, where he was told by detectives about search terms they found on his phone, which included words like, "What happens if police can't find a missing person?" "Shovel," "trash bags," and "Can police trace a bullet to a gun?" This all led to Smith admitting to the shooting and telling officers where Robinson's body could be found. We're of course following today's sentencing and will bring you updates as soon as we learn more. Over to our border report. An average of 328 Mexican drones are coming within 500 meters of the U.S. border every day. This is, of course, raising concerns about the safety of border agents and whether dangerous drugs are coming into the country undetected. Testifying this week before the Senate's Judiciary Committee was a Homeland Security Deputy Director, and he said that since the start of July to the end of December 2024, federal authorities have detected 60,000 drone flights just south of the border and 27,000 unique remote-controlled crafts doing the flying. Most of the drones are going up at night or flying at altitudes that are restricted in both Mexico and the United States.
Nearly every day, transnational criminal organizations use drones to convey illicit narcotics and contraband across U.S. borders and to conduct hostile surveillance of law enforcement.
Now, federal agents are working with Mexico to address the growing issue of drones by transnational criminal organizations. The federal officials are urging senators to extend the limited temporary authority they have under the Preventing Emerging Threats Act of 2018, which expires September. They also suggested the law be modernized and made permanent. Well, lawmakers are looking to reform the organ donor system after a government investigation revealed disturbing practices at a nonprofit in Kentucky. A probe into Louisville-based Network for Hope found that organs were nearly harvested from some donor patients who were showing signs of life or improvement. Anna Kuhlman reports.
The United States organ transplant system appears to need an overhaul after multiple accounts of patients almost accidentally having their organs harvested while they were still alive. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill Tuesday talking about results of a federal investigation and what they say is a need to protect people who plan to donate their organs but want to be fully dead first. The Health Resources and Services Administration's investigation was initiated last year after a 2021 case in Kentucky where a man was believed to be brain dead from an overdose, but doctors were wrong and surgery was called off moments before he was taken off life support. A physician noticed the man moving and moaning while being taken to an operating room. The man survived. Now Health and Human Services is announcing improvements are needed. Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. saying the entire system must be fixed to ensure that every potential donor's life is treated with the sanctity it deserves. The HRSA investigation finding there were more than 350 cases where organ donations were approved but then canceled, sometimes at the last minute. They're getting a closer look, and nearly a third, they say, were of concern, including 73 cases where the doctors signed off for organ retrieval, but the patient wasn't fully dead.
There were clearly some things that happened that I think could constitute euthanasia. I mean, if the patient's dying, but they take the patient's organs before they die, that's euthanasia. We want to make sure that the American public knows that if they are willing to become an organ donor, they're going to be treated humanely and legally, and that the family's wishes will be respected.
Among the report's findings, donors had not had proper neurological assessments. Consent practices were questionable, and the cause of death for some patients were classified incorrectly. For News Nation, I'm Anna Koyman.
And coming up, Stephanie Hahn is set to defend her WBA lightweight title next month. We're going to tell you where, and many of you are already weighing in. Your thoughts in just a bit in the comments segment. Thank you so much for tuning in to KTSM First at 4, putting local first.
Welcome to Epic Discounts by BestReviews.com. I am Ashley Howard. I want you to take out your phone and scan the QR code and get ready to save big. Today's lineup is just going to blow you away, so let's jump right in. First up, the Ninja Creamy Ice Cream Maker. If you've ever wanted to create your own ice cream, sorbet, or gelato at home, this is the machine for you. Just freeze your base, pop it in, and enjoy rich, creamy frozen treats in minutes. We tested it in the Best Reviews testing lab, and it is clear to see why everyone on social media is just raving about it. Let's keep enjoying that summer weather with the sounds and sights of the outdoors with the Net View by Bird 5 Smart Bird Feeder. If you are a bird lover, this is a must-have. This innovative bird feeder uses AI technology to identify over 6,000 bird species, sending you a notification every time a bird visits. It also features a built-in camera so you can watch the birds up close through your smartphone. Next, the brand new Apple iPad Air 11-inch, powered by the M3 chip. Built for Apple Intelligence, it includes 256 gigabytes of storage, Wi-Fi, a 12-megapixel front and back camera, Touch ID, and all-day battery life. It's light as a feather and powerful enough for creative pros, students, and everyone in between. And speaking of those students, parents of the high school class of 2025 or current college students, many colleges want that first tuition payment by Friday. If grants or federal loans don't cover everything, scan the QR code or head to money.com to compare lenders and start the application process. Most students apply with a parent cosigner to lock in lower rates. But here's a detail that parents are going to appreciate. Once eligible, your student can apply for cosigner release, which takes your name off the loan. You can fund up to 100% of school certified costs, tuition, housing, even books with no application fees. Visit money.com, click the banner, and finish the 3-minute application and lock in your rate before the Friday deadline. Let's get a look at all of our products and services for the season. Head to epicdiscounts.com or scan the QR code on your screen and get ready to scan, shop, and save with Epic Discounts by Best Reviews.
your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderland's only certified broadcast meteorologist.
Welcome back, everyone. All right, Mr. Robert, so we are definitely in for a little bit of relief here in El Paso for some rain, which
Yes, we are.
honestly I love because okay, question. Are we above or average for rainfall here in El Paso?
Way below our average.
Still?
But the
Okay.
rain has had an effect on your lawn, hasn't it?
It has.
And you don't own a lawnmower.
I don't.
So it's a hedge.
Yes, I love it.
All right, the rain can be good that way, bad up in Ruidoso today.
Oh, I know.
All right, let's take a look at the current conditions at the International Airport. 96 degrees right now, winds light, dew point 43. Told you that it would go down a little bit. My goodness, when it's in the 50s and 60s, you can feel that mugginess. And it feels much drier today, very desert-like today for us. I predicted 98 the high temperature. We'll see how close we get to that a little bit later. Here's a live view of Ruidoso. Of course, they had their river flooded again today, and this is becoming a pattern. Where there is healthy forest, there is not a problem. Where there are burn scars, and that's most of north and west of Ruidoso, problem, because it just runs right into the river, even with a garden variety thunder shower, it seems. 72 is the temperature right now at their airport. For us, we're dry. It's dry all the way from basically El Paso County out to the New Mexico line, so we won't be looking for storms until late in the day on Sunday. That's when I think the thunder showers return, with just a slight chance Saturday. Right now, all the action has moved toward the north, and we've had a series of strong thunder showers and heavy rain erupting over especially the Sacramento Mountains. If we zoom in closely, you could see that there were storms out north of the Tularosa Basin. Those have subsided, but now we have a new flash flood warning right here on basically the peak of the Sacramento Mountains between Ruidoso and Cloudcroft, and it does appear to be growing toward the north, so that could put Ruidoso in play within a couple of hours. They are under a flash flood watch. Here are the high temperatures today so far. 99 Juarez, 93 Las Cruces, 94 Deming, and 91 for Alamogordo. Winds are going to be light through the night tonight, coming in generally from the southwest at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Similar winds tomorrow, only they're going to feel hotter. Here is your 9-hour forecast. That high temperature pops up to 101 degrees. If we hit it, it will be the 25th triple-digit day of the year so far. Allergy-wise, it appears to be getting worse. Tomorrow a 4, that's good. Then a 7, moderate 8, approaching the high range by Sunday. Here are your lows tonight. 65 Alamogordo, 60 for Deming, 75 for Juarez. High temperatures tomorrow, everybody nudging up a bit. 96 for Alamogordo, 99 Deming, 101 Juarez, and 98 for Van Horn. Tonight for you, Las Cruces, 65 the low temperature. Couple of clouds early and then clearing away overnight tonight. 98 your high tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies, just a couple of clouds, storm free. 74 low tonight at the International Airport, and then we shall climb to 101 tomorrow afternoon. But that's not our hottest day. Coming up in just a few moments, I'll have your exclusive 9-day forecast. We'll talk about that triple-digit heat and when the storms come back to us. Monica.
Robert, thank you so much for that, and we look forward to your 9-day forecast. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at traffic using our textile cameras. So this is what it looks like. I-10 Copia, things are looking quite nicely in both directions. It's almost 5 p.m. and those streets are still looking pretty clear. Nothing really to slow us down. I-10 Airway, a big 2 thumbs up. And sticking with the roads, there are definitely some road closures across the town that you definitely want to know about. So according to TxDOT, we're going to start off with from 9 to 4 p.m. north and south desert between Anthony and Red Road. There's going to be a daily alternating lane closure. The Red Underpass will also have alternating lane closures, and TxDOT says crews will be working on electrical and other construction work. Over on the east side this week from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. there's going to be a right lane closure at the Edgemere and John Hayes intersection, west and eastbound. The right lane on Lee Trevino at the Lee Trevino and Ivanhoe intersection, north and southbound, will also be closed. And the Lee Trevino shoulder and median in that area will also be closed. And TxDOT says crews will be striping. Remember, you can always view the full list of road closures by downloading our KTSM app right to your phone. All right, well, it's that time of the day again when we're talking about today's In the Comments segment, and we are featuring the one and only Stephanie Han. She is set to defend her WA lightweight title against Paulina Angel at the Carib Royal Resort in Orlando, Florida next month. And this is going to be Han's first defense of her WA lightweight title. Back in February, Han knocked out Hannah Turplip in the first round of their fight at the El Paso County Coliseum to win that title. And it looks like Han is set to defend her title against Angel, who will be fighting for a world title for the very first time in her pro boxing career. We, of course, shared this story over to our social media accounts, and a lot of you guys had so much to say. We're going to start off with Ben Avalos, and he says, I had a chance to follow her wrestling career at Irvin High School. She was a tough, aggressive competitor that culminated her wrestling career with a state championship. Never doubt a heart of a champion. She will never quit. Over to Pat Vallejo, who said, Stephanie Han's title defense is going to be epic. Looking forward to it. And Brianna, lastly, she also had a comment to say, and she basically just said, we wish her the best. And you know what? I couldn't agree more. We definitely wish you such a good luck. Not that you needed, Stephanie, but I know you're going to make El Paso proud. Here at KTSM, we also value your opinion, and we want to hear more from you. So make sure you're following us on our social media platforms to keep in touch with us through the comments. All right, well, don't go anywhere. We still have a lot more to share with you right after this break. This is KTSM 9 News, First at 4.
Well, the district now believes it's on course at
Crunchy or smooth?
I don't care. Both.
What?
Yes, Nigel's talking to me?
Yes.
Fix the... Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Done.
Nigel.
Consider it done, Nigel. Thank you. Okay. Perfect. 30 for final. How long is till we're up?
No.
15 in break. Okay, we're almost done. Oh, that was a... Here's a last look at the forecast. We move up into the misery meter range for Friday and Saturday. 101 on Friday, 102 on Saturday. We're going to be very close on Sunday. 99 the high temperature. Those thunder showers come back to us Sunday evening, and then a great chance of widely scattered thunder showers, some with brief and very heavy rainfall on Monday, 92 the high. Storms thinning Tuesday, a couple of dry days, and those monsoon storms return Friday and Saturday. Monica.
Robert, thank you so much. And we do have a quick preview of what's coming up at 5. Socorro ISD, they're looking to turn the page on what has been years of financial and administrative challenges. Jesus Baltazar, he follows closely the district's ups and downs. And as demand for housing grows in El Paso, the Opportunity Center for the Homeless is expanding a newly renovated facility. Diana Castillo shows us the long-term plans. This is all coming up in just a couple of minutes. That's it for me. I'm Monica Cortez. See you all tomorrow. We'll be right back.
Hair and wardrobe provided by
I want mine highly processed and very, very bad.